Thank you so much for watching Landumc Goes There. Please subscribe and hit the like button and the bell notification button. The Last Seduction is a 1994 erotic thriller film that was directed by John Dahl. It features Linda Fiorentino, Peter Berg, and Bill Pullman. It was produced by ITC Entertainment and then distributed by October Films. The storyline follows a girl named Bridget Gregory, and she's got a lot going for her. She's beautiful, intelligent, and she's married to a doctor. But as her husband Clay finally discovers, all that is not enough. After persuading him to sell medicinal cocaine to some drug dealers, she takes off with all the money, almost $1 million, and goes undercover in a mid-America small town. Because Clay must pay off a loan shark who will otherwise damage him severely, he keeps sending detectives out looking for her, trying to retrieve the money. Then Bridget meets Mike Swale, a naive local who is blinded by her beauty and directness, and she devises an elaborate, almost diabolical scheme to get rid of Clay once and for all. Linda Fiorentino's performance as this character gathered a lot of widespread critical acclaim, and it generated talk of an Oscar nomination. But she was deemed ineligible because the film was shown on HBO before it was released theatrically. The production company and the distributor sued the Academy, but they were unable to make her eligible for that nomination. The film has gained almost a cult following over time, and its main character of Bridget Gregory has been recognized as one of the most iconic femme fatales in film history. The screenwriter Steve Baranek said he believed that the film was originally pitched to the production company as a standard low-budget film, even though the filmmakers had an under-the-radar intention of making it a really good movie. Linda Fiorentino said on her accepting the role that after she read the script, she was in Arizona, and she hopped in a car and drove 6 hours to get to the meeting with the director, because she had never read anything so unique in terms of a female character. She walked into the director's office and told him, "You are not allowed to hire anyone but me for this film." And she wasn't kidding. After watching the film, you can't imagine anybody else playing this role better than her. The production executives got pretty upset with a scene where Fiorentino is dressed as a cheerleader and she wears suspenders that cover her breast, but just barely. There was some guy from the production company who was monitoring these things, and he was watching the dailies, and he saw this scene and became enraged. He went on to shut down production and call the principals of the movie on the carpet, and they had to pledge to make changes to the production, not to take it in this direction. That scene was eventually cut, and the sexual role-playing theme that they were playing with was lost. Peter Berg recalls when they filmed the chain-link sexual scene with Linda Fiorentino was that they had been shooting all day, and this was late into the night. They were to the point to where they were exhausted, and they really didn't have a chance to talk about how they were going to do this scene. By the time they got outside to shoot it, it was pretty close to 5 a.m, and the sun was coming up. They at the time had no plan, but the one thing they did know was that they didn't want to do something that looked embarrassing or stupid. He even suggested that maybe they come back another day and shoot it. The director became really upset because he knew he didn't have time to come back and do that. So all the cast and crew became very nervous. Linda Fiorentino was just sitting there smoking a cigarette, watching all this transpire. After about 10 minutes of people rambling on about the scene, she threw down the cigarette and looked at Peter Berg and told him to shut up, take his pants down, and get up against the fence. She told the director, John Dahl, to get a camera rolling, and she climbed up on top of him on that fence, and they began to shoot this famous scene. She is the one that thought of it, conceived it, and executed the entire shot. The movie receives critical acclaim, and did at the time of its release, and has a 94% rating on Rotten Tomatoes, based on 51 reviews. Roger Ebert gave the movie 4 out of 4 stars, highlighting Miss Fiorentino's ability to project her character with dry humor and a freedom from Hollywood conventions typically surrounding a female antagonist. He later went on to rank the film number 5 on his year-end list of 1994 movies. Her character works boldly outside the rules. The film displays her character as a truly evil woman and goes the distance with her. You keep waiting for the movie and her to lose its nerve, and it never does. Now, in the 1990s, Linda Fiorentino was kind of on top of the world. She had been in this film, she was in Men in Black, and the movie Dogma. With her sultry looks, undeniable acting talent, and that raspy voice, there was no doubt that she was becoming the next leading lady. But then, as quickly as she appeared, she disappeared from the public eye. Now, we're just not really sure why she quit acting, but the rumors run rampant. One is that she was difficult to work with, and there may be some validity to that, but her true abrupt cancellation of her career might have some other underlying factors, and that being Harvey Weinstein and that connection. It's rumored that Weinstein made advances toward her and she turned him down. And as Weinstein was known for, you didn't do that with him. It's thought that he started rumors and a smear campaign against her, what some insiders called being Weinsteined. This potential blackballing by Weinstein could explain the sudden drop-off in her high-profile roles and eventual disappearance from the mainstream cinema. This theory is further supported by the patterns that were observed in the careers of other actresses who reportedly faced similar situations with Weinstein. Go back and take a look at this movie. I think you'll enjoy it. It's a pretty intense one. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll continue to chase the classics.